Hey, Mustang Rebuilder here. Today we're not working on a Mustang. The video before, I worked on a Mustang seat. This time I'm back to my big grinder. I'm going to be touching up on the wheel. It had wear on it. It's got 650 hours on it. You're supposed to use hard surfacing rod basically for a wear part. I'm not going to. So before you whine at me or whatever, I'm just touching up this wheel. It's going to wear again and I'll weld it up again. I'm using a 140 Hobart MIG welder, and I'm using flux cord wire, so it'll splatter a lot, so I'm not going to bother to film that part. I'll show you before what I'm doing, and then I'll show you after I grind and clean it up, okay? But if you don't have a welder, I'm sure you can rent one, or you have a buddy that has one, so if you run into this problem with your stump grinder, you can do it too. We'll see how it works out. I won't sugarcoat it, and hey, I'll learn something, you learn something, right? If it works out for me, I hope it works out for you. I'd rather it go like shit on me so it doesn't happen to you. Anyway, thanks for all the comments. I really appreciate you guys that have subscribed. And if you pass it on and subscribe, if you haven't subscribed, it helps me out. The likes, the comments, I answered every comment. And you don't even have to comment about this. It could be anything about stump grinding. If I know it, I'll share it with you. All right, like I say, I'm on my way out slowly, so what I would have considered my secrets, I don't really give a shit anymore. I'll tell you, okay? Anything you want to know, all right? And if something I don't know, I'll ask you, all right? And I'd like you to share with me. If you don't, hey, I understand, okay? Not everybody's like me. Anyway, what I'm wearing is, a welder's cap. And I've got a short jacket on. This is what I'm recommending. See, it's short. It cuts off on my chest here. Full arms. These things are really cheap. They're on Amazon. My wife got it from me for Christmas. I think it's like 30-something bucks or whatever. But I got the half one because I would do a lot of touch-up welding on trailers or whatever. In the summer, it's hot as hell. Okay, so I didn't want a full jacket. I'm wearing a leather like shop smock underneath it. So all the splatter when I'm sitting in this chair, if it splatters, it won't burn holes in my jeans or in my pants, okay? That's about it. Let me turn this around, show you what we're gonna do. Okay, hold on. There's the wheel. I dressed it and cleaned it. It looks really bad, but it's not really that bad. When the pocket was on it, it looks really bad in the picture, but it's not that bad. It's about half a thumb width deep. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna MIG it up. I pre-cleaned it instead of don't weld over dirty crap. Remember, even when you're working on stuff, always clean it. Just clean up your nut and bolts before you put them in. It makes life easier. Clean is better. Okay. I understand if you're out in the mud or a field or whatever when you're working on in that kind of condition. But if you're working in your shop and you're working around hydraulic lines and stuff like that, clean them too. Make sure the threads are clean and everything just goes together so much better, okay? Well, let me MIG it. I'll show you after we're done. And like I say, it looks worse than it really is, but it's not that bad, okay? I'm hooked at the bottom. Let me get my lead off of here. Take that deal off of here. Show you a wear spot. There it is. See, it's the same thing like here. See, it's just after you grind it and take the pockets off, it looks worse, all right? So that's a wear indentation there. So this side was a little bit worse. And when you come back around, round. Ding, there we go. All right, so let me fill it, and we'll go from there, and I'll show you afterwards. Hang around with me, okay? Thanks, guys. Well, done welding it and grinding it. It's not the most beautiful, but hey, I'm not really a welder. I can weld really well oxyacetylene. I can almost TIG weld with oxyacetylene. That's how I was trained 30-something years, 35 years ago, whatever the hell it was. Matter of fact, I was trained on how to use lead in auto body work, which I don't know if anybody's alive that knows how to do that shit anymore. Anyway, I'll turn around, I'll show you what I did. Most importantly, please remember, disconnect the battery cables when you're welding on a car or whatever. Even this machinery, disconnect them, okay? Because you can blow a relay or a fuse in it. And so remember, battery cables, take them off. We're all good. Disconnect the battery. And let's see. Well, let me show you this. Hold on. Let me see if I can switch this over while we're talking. Okay. Use the wheel. All nice, shiny. Look at there. It's nice. It's filled in. Smooth. Yada yada. You know, if you don't want to do this, you can always take your wheel off, take it to the machine shop. They can do that for you. Okay. But hey, I just showed you a simple way to do this. You can always rent a welder at Home Depot or rental center. Rent a 140 will do your weld. This is flux coated rod, which means flux core, excuse me, to where you don't need a gas to weld it with the wire. Okay, I use it because I weld outside, and if you use a gas CO2 or argon mix, you have to use it inside because any kind of wind will blow the gas away from your welding. Anyway, that's a welder's story, not mine. Okay, like I say, I'm not really a welder. I'm a grinder. Okay, and one thing I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express once, so hey, I know how to do that. Anyway, remember, if you're not learning something new every day, you must be dead, or you're an asshole. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys sticking with me on this project. All the comments, please like, subscribe, make a comment, as long as it's, you know, constructive. If you're going to be an asshole, go somewhere else, please. I've been very blessed. My last video I made about Harbor Freight exchanging tools, a guy commented on Facebook to me, and he thought he was being honestly, he thought he was being a smartass, but truthfully, he thought I was going to come back negatively. I actually said, thanks so much, I missed it. I made a mistake, a typo. On the video, I typed warranty, but on the description, I spelled it correctly. So incorrectly spelled it on the title on the video itself, which I couldn't change without major editing in the video. And I said, the hell with that shit. Anyway, the guy turns out and he texted me back and he says, you know what, I shouldn't have done that, you know, whatever. And I said, no, hey, I said constructive criticism. I didn't see it, and he saw it, and you know what, I told him thank you very much for it, and you know, the world's a better place for that, you know. Anyway, all you guys on here, I really appreciate you, and I learn stuff from other people every day, you know, every single day. If I don't know how to do something, I'll research it first and see what's going on, see if it looks fine. Anyway, God bless you all, and listen, grind on, huh? All right, bye-bye.